Coexisting with Rob and Maggie contains explicit content and is intended for mature audiences, mainly because Maggie will drop F-bombs and I will make sexual innuendos or jokes. Also, Rob nor Maggie should be considered mature. People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. That was Keanu Reeves as John Wick in the 2014 12-time Oscar award-winning film John Wick. Hello, everyone. My name is Rob Wilkins, otherwise known as... Actually, I am not Rob Wilkins. I am Baron Corbin, and that is Baron Corbin. So you got two Baron Corbins here. So welcome, everyone, to the Baron Corbin Coexisting show. So Baron Corbin and Baron Corbin are here for you. I love it. But anyways, guys, I'm just kidding. Welcome to Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. It is Friday, October 13th. Bwah. I'm here to scare you, I guess. Yeah, bwah. But welcome to a new edition of Coexisting. As I start every show, Maggie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. We haven't had back-to-back Friday the 13th. I feel like in a long, long time because we got one last month and we got
Gotcha. I
one
was like,
now.
huh?
No.
I got you now. I was like,
Yeah, you smell what I'm cooking. So it's great. It's great. Happy Friday the 13th to everyone. Um, First of all, second of all, the Baron Corbin bit on Twitter is so cool. I mean, it's just I am Baron Corbin, dude, and everyone else is Baron Corbin afterwards. It's been so great. I love it. Um, my best Twitter bits or X or whatever you guys want to call it are the goofy and stupid ones. You know,
yeah.
do you remember years ago when Nia Jax? Yes, this is the one. Do you remember years ago when Nia Jax had a match on Raw? It was during the pandemic, and she said the infamous "ow my hole." You
Yeah.
know
Yep.
that was so. I'm so sorry, but I think that she knew exactly what she was doing, and she
Oh,
just
yeah.
wanted to go viral on Twitter. So my tweet about it got viral because I posted the video and the caption was when he skips the foreplay.
Yeah. I somewhat remember that, actually.
Yeah, it was
I don't think
I
we were
was
doing our show yet, but
we
I
did
mean,
no, we didn't
I
have a
was still
show. We didn't
following you
have a
then, and yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have a show back then, but I'm so proud of that because it's so stupid and accurate. First of all, and yeah, um, how I'm doing good. I'm not ready for tomorrow because tomorrow we have a Seattle Night tribute show in my bar, and I feel like every time that we're about to have a Seattle Night tribute show in my bar, I talk about this on this show every time because I fucking hate it. I'm so sorry for dropping the F bomb so early in the show.
And what else is
I
new?
What else is new? I'm so sorry, Rob. I let you down again.
No, you didn't let me
Um,
down.
so I really hate it because don't get me wrong, I love grunge, I love Seattle music, I love Seattle. This is basically the only place I want to visit in the United States, Washington State, because of Twin Peaks and everything. Um, but tribute shows are not my favorite at all because all of the people that um, are a part of the show have their own bands and they're all fantastic if you like that part, that sort of music that they play. And no one goes to listen to their songs because of, the nostalgia thing. Everyone wants tribute shows and it's fucking annoying and it's pissing me off because how about you give legitimate bands a chance because they're wonderful, and just support the bands and listen to their stuff, buy their merch and everything. Um, get out of that rut you are music wise and just listen to new and original stuff. But the thing I hate more about, the Seattle Tribute concert is the fact that there are practically 20 people that are part of the show, and they all drink backstage, and they're just children, not fucking grown-ups, and they live the biggest mess ever that I have to clean the next day. And not to mention that because it's a sold out concert every time, there's so many people in the bar that I tell my coworkers and my bosses, because they actually work doing the show, I was like, don't clean everything because they're gonna tear your asses at work while you're there. Just don't clean just go home. I'm gonna take care of everything. That's what I'm here for. And the stupid thing is, I just had my nails done. You see how pretty they are?
Yeah.
Cannot have good things. I cannot have nice things ever, and they're gonna get fucking ruined. Look, they have a little heart thing. They're gonna get fucking ruined, and I hate it because they're pink and they're wonderful. But I just can tomorrow just not happen? Can we
Abracadabra. There you go.
Thank you. Can we just skip it and talk about how I survived everything and just got to have a normal Sunday cleaning after a random concert, not the biggest one we have, because you know uh the band Alt Crew that I keep talking about, my our local band, our Bulgarian band. I've sent you a lot of their music. They actually took a hiatus, and no one knows how long this will take. Some people are straight up calling it a breakup. And the moment they announced it, I was like, this right now, every club or bar in Bulgaria is crying because every time there's an Okri concert, it's sold out, and this is practically, Christmas during their shows. Uh yeah, so this was a hard pill to swallow, but hopefully it's for the best and they get to talk through their differences and everything. But hi, this is a wrestling show, guys. Hi. I promise I'm gonna shut up for about Bulgarian music and whatnot. Thank you so much for joining us, spending your Fridays with us, or whatever time you decide to watch on demand. Rob and I appreciate you a ton. Please leave a like on the video. It's the most awesome way in which you can support us. It's also for free. If you like to support us, with your wallets, please send the super chat is the bottom of the YouTube live chat, the little dollar sign. If you're watching on any other platform, you can set a humper chat at humperchats.com. It makes us keep a little bit more of the proceeds, and any amount of donation matters to Rob and me and all of us here at Fightful and Fightful Overbooked. You guys have no idea how much we appreciate you each and every week that you decide to support us. But after the show is done, please leave a lovely comment below. It helps us with the awful YouTube algorithm that hates us a lot here at Fightful because we have a lot of content. Speaking of content, I'm just gonna go ahead and please, after we're done, of course, if you haven't already, just go ahead and watch Sean's interview with the dogs. I promise you, this is the funniest thing. I mean, I laughed my ass off as I was cooking last night. It was hilarious. And Finley's camera, because he apparently has an Apple thing, I don't know if it's the iPad or whatever, but like the camera moves, and does close-ups by it on its own. This is the funniest thing ever. I promise you. Sean didn't stop laughing. And you guys know that Sean is a professional, and he just he couldn't take it. This is the funniest thing ever. And I know that they're supposed to be the serious people. They're so gruesome, and they're about to wreak havoc all around AEW, but they're really not. They're so goofy and awkward. It's so great. It's so great. But yeah, and while you're at it, please subscribe to Fightful Select on Patreon. it's still cheaper than a Starbucks coffee. And I will say this every time: if you still drink Starbucks, you're just a weirdo. Just go and buy regular coffee. Starbucks is really, really not coffee. So, yes, I was cooking food, guys. I was cooking food because um it's finally time to announce this. I have a boyfriend, and I decided to cook for him. This was the first time that I turned my oven on since 2019. So I was anxious about finding out if it works or not or whatever. But yes, because he cooked for me 3 times already, I decided that I have to cook the only thing that I know how to, our family recipe spaghetti thing. And the sad part is I remembered how awesome it was. So now I'm just gonna make it all the time and get fat. But we can go ahead and start talking about wrestling now if you guys want. Remember to send in your super chats about any topic that you would like for Rob and I to discuss. But yes, wrestling. Are you so before we start talking about AEW Revolution, Rob, are you fucking excited for this great show that we're about to have?
Yeah, I am. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a good show. It's I think there's a lot going. They've built the show up really well, and
Did it?
yeah, and I'm just very curious to see what we get. I mean, will we get? I mean, just starting off, will MJF not let Hangman Page ever get another title shot? Will he stop this from happening? There's so many questions. I mean, I keep going back and forth with this, so I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this show. It's going to be pretty good, I think. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to see if it ends up living up to all of the everyone's expectation, because Revolution every year it's the best pay-per-view every year. I swear, I don't know how they do it. But I'm anxious to see if they pull they we have a lot of great matches on the card. But yes,
Yeah, and the one thing too, Maggie, I know you won't like this, but I was able to obtain a photo from Bulgarian authorities of what happened
okay,
after you
there
cooked,
you go.
because you did cook at a different location than your apartment, and this was what happened. Everybody was okay, but this is what I was sent. Your sister actually sent this to me. It wasn't authorities.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah.
by the way, this is the weird thing. This is how my sister finds out that I have a boyfriend, because I haven't told her yet. So,
Oh well.
uh, well, see, because uh, we nearly got there, the fire, because I haven't used my oven so much that um, all the writings on the oven, they're gone, and I have no
Uh,
idea what I'm doing. So we pretty much, mm, pretty much said, got that. But thankfully we didn't. My oven still works, and that sounded weird. Yeah,
yeah.
but my
Well.
oven still works. But so it's for the best. No one died. It wasn't poison. I'm still alive. So he is too,
Yeah.
by the way. So you guys know.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Also funny is when when Jesus, I'm cracking myself up here. I
So share with the class.
well, I am. This was when Maggie went to the grocery store to pick out what she wanted to get, like
There you go.
to cook. This is what happened when she got to the store.
Look at all those chickens.
Uh,
We got classics here. Well, no, it wasn't chicken. It was, the bunch of big ass
yeah,
sausages,
yeah. Well,
all a bunch of weenies. But like, but
well,
yeah,
you
I
know
do love myself some chickens.
well, the other thing you didn't mention either is before you went to the grocery store, you stopped by the ATM, the teller machine, to get some cash out, and you were able to adopt a new cat.
I can't believe you still have that on StreamYard.
I found a lot of the older stuff that I thought I lost, but when I say a lot, I've pretty much found those two. So,
well, those are the important ones. I mean, that
Yeah.
that EDM kitty. I'm sorry, but like that was the weirdest crack up that I've had on the show ever, because I found the Cooper effect and I
Yeah.
decided to present it. And while I was talking about the Cooper effect, Rob is, showing the pictures, of the Cooper effect. And while I was talking, I just pay attention to the cat and I'm like, I'm sorry, but that's
but yeah, let's talk some wrestling. I'm done
Yeah,
with
let's do it.
I'm done with the graphics and stuff for now.
The throwbacks.
Sacrifice! 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 Sacrifice!
I'm Brittany, bitch. Okay, sorry, now I'm done. AEW Revolution taking place this Sunday at the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, California, the city of angels. You can be there live. It's going to be on pay-per-view as well if you can't be there live. But they got Maggie. I've seen 12 matches. I think there's actually 13 matches maybe already announced. Maybe it's 12. Maybe it's 13. I can't remember. But if you think about it,
13. Oh my God,
Okay.
I said it in Bulgarian. Jesus.
if you think about it, the last 3 WWE PLEs have had 4 matches, and we're still getting more matches than one.
Yes.
Good God Almighty! How about
Which
that?
which is a totally different problem in my opinion.
I know. Oh, it is. It is. I'm not taking a shot at. Well, I am taking a shot at WWE, but
Yeah,
that's just.
because yes, can we have more than 4 matches?
Yeah, that's all we want.
Not less than 13. Can we do
Yes.
that? Can we?
Yeah, give
can
us
we just
6, 7, 8.
6, 7, 8 tops.
Yeah.
That's
But-
including the 0 hour or a pre-show,
Yeah.
whichever company that we're talking about.
Uh,
Can we
yeah.
just not have fucking 13 matches on the show?
Yeah.
Please.
But yeah, anyways, going back to AEW Revolution, available this Sunday. You can watch it on HBO Max, Amazon, Triller, wherever you watch pay-per-views. You know how it
Explain
goes.
my AEW to me.
Oh, my AEW. Yeah, it's a new thing they just launched. It's a standalone service that is available, I believe, worldwide now. You can pretty much watch AEW anytime. There's free options. Like right now, I think let's see. Right now, if you were to put it on, you could watch the 18th episode of season 2, or so the second year of AEW Dynamite, for free. So episodes like the 18th episode of Dynamite of season 2. So I don't know what episode number that is, but you
I didn't
get
even know
that-
we had seasons.
Well, they do it so technically it's by year. So technically is the way it would look. I mean, instead of counting like episode, so 52 plus 18 would be 70. So that's probably the way most people would do it. If they did, I think they did one episode a week. So that would be technically probably episode 70, but they don't do it that way. But you get that option where you can do that, but you also get the option to watch preview, like all previous AEW pay-per-views, just all kinds of stuff from what I've gathered. So if you want to go back and watch your favorite AEW Revolution of all time, or if you want to go back and watch Cody versus Dusty from Double or Nothing 2019,
Oh my God.
I mean, you can go all the way back. Yeah, and the prices vary. I mean, hey, we're not getting sponsorship, so I don't want to talk about them too much, but it's just one of those things where if you want to watch wrestling, kind of like WWE YouTube page, there's an option to watch free wrestling anytime. So that's really all I'll say. If you want to check it out, check out myaew.com, but that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot of different options.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's a legitimate streaming service.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, so like our good friend Ophelia, hello. She says not in the U.S. or Canada unless like $119.99 USD annually. That's like the older pay-per-views, Dynamite
Also,
Collision.
Honor Club is a part of AEW, my AEW too.
Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
So you get Ring of Honor. Okay, so like that's
Yeah.
okay. That's good.
I think
So
it's older AEW pay-per-views. I don't think it's like current ones. I don't think. I could be wrong, but I haven't.
can you
I
watch
need to do more.
Revolution on my AEW this week?
Oh, really? I didn't know you could. I thought it was.
No, I'm asking a question. Can you
say it.
watch? Can you watch Revolution on my AEW this week? Can you do that?
Soupy says you
Bryn's
can.
in the chat.
Yep. Oh, hold on. You know what that means?
I don't know what that means.
This is a Bryn alert. Bryn alert.
Wow. Holy shit. You'd think I would know this stuff, but I haven't really been online, and you know why. But
that's absolutely fine. But yeah, so we do get all of the
holy damn, I'll be damned.
all the pay-per-view. That's absolutely wonderful. So if you don't get it anywhere, just use a VPN. You guys know which one. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So let's talk some Zero.
What did you think of Dynamite this week?
Oh, I thought it was a solid go-home show for Dynamite. I thought the press conference was kind of weird, but the best part about the press conference, we got to hear our good friend Denise Salcedo.
She was there. So if you don't mind, we can quickly just go through things that happened on Dynamite before we talk about Revolution.
I don't mind.
Because listen up, I feel like because when we talk about go home episodes, whether they're being Raw or SmackDown, or hell, we can throw an NXT in there because why not? When it comes to go home segments and shows for WWE, they haven't been exactly it lately at all. So this week's Dynamite was a fantastic way to present whatever pay-per-view we're about to get this week. People keep telling me not to skip Collision this week. I'm gonna believe them, then just not skip. But I never skip Collision. I just don't pay as much attention to it as I do Dynamite. But this week's show was great. The press conference was so stupid. I agree with you here. It was really weird, and it wasn't live, and you can hear the audience chanting that it's bullshit. Just turn off the audience microphone if you're gonna show it on television, because apparently it was pre-recorded and they were
Okay.
yeah, they got to brawling after, which was weird. At least that's what I found out, that it was pre-recorded. We got Moxley and Claudio versus Hechicero and Takeshita, with Claudio pinning Hechicero for the win. Then we got the Don Callis family attacking, and then Takeshita refused to use the chair on Moxley, and he said that he wanted to do it on his own, with everything, which I think will play into everything that happens on on Revolution. We got Speedball versus Kyle Fletcher. My God, what a magnificent thing that was. We got Brody destroying a jobber. This is exactly how I wrote it. Brody destroys a jobber. Then everything, happened with Swerve.
Before we go into that, I don't, obviously I've never been in a wrestling ring. I've never had a wrestling match, but could you imagine you're getting that phone call? Hey, we want to use you for AEW tonight, Dynamite. We're going to put you in a match.
And you're like,
all
fuck yeah.
Yeah, you're all excited. Then you get to the arena or wherever you're having the show at, and they're like, yeah, we're going to put you in. Like, oh, cool. Who am I working with? Brody King, and he's gonna destroy
fucking Brody King, and he's gonna murder your ass. And you're like, well, let me just say goodbye to my family and everything.
Yeah.
Just do everything else.
Yeah.
yeah, it was a magnificent squash. This
It
is the
was.
squashiest squash that I've ever seen. Then afterwards, Swerve, tried attacking him with a chain, but Brody King, ripped the chain off, and then Swerve ran out in the most cartoonish way possible. Uh, you know, uh, we got Orange Cassidy and Darby versus Gabe Kidd and Finley. Persephone versus Willow. Willow defending her TBS championship. We got Mark Briscoe and the Young Bucks versus FTR and Ciampa, which was a fun little match. And then we got the press conference. So, please tell me everything that you thought about Speedball versus Kyle Fletcher.
That match was badass. It was easily one of my favorite matches so far of the year. Granted, we're pretty early into the year. We're only 3 months, no, 2.5 months into the year. But it's easily been one of my favorite matches that I've really enjoyed. It was one of those things where let's go. This is going to sound kind of weird to say it, but let's say that there was no John Callis family involved. I would have definitely believed that Mike Bailey would have had a chance to win. Like, that's how good this was going back and forth, you know. Like, and plus, I mean, we already knew that Kyle Fletcher was going to have a match at Revolution, so I kind of had I kind of figured, we already know what's going to happen. But and so did Bailey. Bailey had a match scheduled for Revolution, so we kind of already knew what was going to happen per se. But I really loved this match, and I mean. No, like, duh. Like, you're telling me I'm going to get Fletcher versus Bailey in a singles match? Sign me up. You could have told me it was just going to be like you could tell me it was going to be the 3-minute WWE speed match with those two, and I'd still watch, even though I'd be pissed that we're only getting 3 minutes of it. I'd still watch, but I loved this match. I thought it was great.
Yeah. So, before I talk about the match, Soupy did send us a screenshot of the pricing for my AEW. So it's $7.99 monthly, $19.99 monthly plus pay-per-view, and $119.99 for annual for absolutely everything. Thank you, Soupy, so much for sending us this. And concerning the match, because I decided to do, the grown-up thing, and from the start of the year, because I do all my notes here because I'm old school and I write them by hand. So at the back of the thing, I write my matches of the year candidates, so it's much easier for me when it comes to end of the year awards, whether it being Fightful or Wrestle Talk, because I'm always into that. Shout out to our Wrestle Talk boys. And I write down, the matches and the date that they took place at. So far, 2 of them have a Kyle Fletcher in it because it's Kyle Fletcher. And in my eyes, if he keeps up this the same pace, he's just gonna be a Wrestler of the Year candidate probably. And because the previous match that I had was Ciampa versus Fletcher for the TNT title, which was on February 11th, and the current match that we're talking about was on March 11th. So it's always on the 11th. Apparently,
Yeah, happy 311 days to those who celebrate.
Yes, amazing. This
the
match
band,
had
that is.
yes. It is. Wait, what? Which band?
311.
Okay, so my boyfriend's band is called 11 Days, so like that's a pretty awesome coincidence. Yeah, so it's that match had absolutely everything. The moment we got the Poison Rana on the apron, I squeaked a bit because everything that followed was carnage. Everything. So before the match, we got back and forth between Moxley and Kyle Fletcher, which is furthermore solidifying that Kyle Fletcher is turning face. Probably because he's starting to, think himself and not care about other heels because the drill, heels and heels get along, and baby faces get along and everything. So Okada distracted the referee while Mark Davis handed Kyle the trios championship. Kyle Fletcher used it on Speedball, and then this is how he got the win for the match. While I'm not happy with how things transpired during the match, this match was still so great, and I cannot wait for this. So concerning Orange Cassidy and Darby facing Gabe Kidd and Finley, I'm so fucking happy that Gabe Kidd pinned Darby, because you guys fucking know how much I dislike Darby, and this is the logical thing to happen here. But we did have Roddy returning at the end for the save, and we're gonna get the trios match eventually, on the pay-per-view, and we are gonna talk about it. I did pop for Roderick Strong returning because I'm a big Roddy girl. And when I hear a crowd pop for Roddy, because I feel like he doesn't get the flowers that he deserves. So I'm always gonna be fucking happy for everyone, realizing what a amazing asset he is to the AEW locker room. But yeah, that press conference was I don't know if you're gonna have a, I don't know, it's just not my thing. It was weird, it was awkward. We did get to see hear Denise's voice, and this was basically the only time I popped during the segment, because we got to hear Denise. But other than that, it was just so unnecessary in my eyes. It was silly. And I don't think that this feud needs silly, because it's really, really serious. You're muted.
Before we go any further, there was something I wanted to say before we even started the show, like after we started talking about wrestling, and that's that we want to send our thoughts and just best wishes to the Ohio Valley Wrestling's referee who was last night, who had his name's Dallas Edwards. He was hit with a springboard forearm. It was in a planned spot during a 6-man tag match, and he was hit, but he stayed down and he began convulsing. And there was something happened, and it wasn't good from the aspect of what happened afterwards, during the match. But instead of talking about that, we just want to wish him the best, because he did have a brain injury and he is being monitored. His girlfriend did leave a statement with Sean, and I'm going to read that statement. She says, "Please keep Dallas in your thoughts as your day begins. I am not going to provide much more information at this time, except to the parties who already know. But last night resulted in a brain injury that is being monitored and will continue to be monitored by doctors here. Seeing all the support you guys have already given is amazing, and I didn't want to leave everyone without some kind of update." So Jake Lawless did share a photo of Edwards giving a thumbs up at the hospital. So I just wanted to let people know about that. So wish him
thoughts and prayers. Absolutely.
So sorry about that. Go ahead.
Oh no, don't be sorry. That's this needs to be said. So we can go ahead and just go into the AEW Revolution predictions if you don't have anything to add about Dynamite.
No, I'm good. Yeah, no, I mean, I like the match that we were talking about, Bailey and Fletcher, just fantastic. I loved it. So let's go ahead and get started. AEW Revolution. Let's start with 0 hour matches. 1 0 hour match that we have that's been announced is Willow Nightingale defending her TBS championship against Lana Cross. Maggie, will Willow lose her title on Sunday.
Not this one.
Not this one.
Not this one. Okay, so I think that she retains her TBS championship here because she decided to do, her double champ duty. And I'm desperately trying not to be just a child and cackle at the word duty. And actually defend her 2 championship, because if you're gonna hold 2 championships, you better, live up to the hype of being a double champion. So for the first time, she decides to, defend both of the championships on one pay-per-view. I feel like she does retain her championship here, but at the cost of her tag team championships. But we are gonna talk about that further.
Yeah.
Who do you got?
Willow. I think Willow retains here. So there's that. Another match that we have is the Infantry. This was announced that the Infantry will take on your guy,
Stop saying that.
Well, sorry, you signed up for it and I saw it like by your name, but we'll be taking on your guys, Boom and Doom, Big Boom AJ, and QT Marshall. So the Infantry versus Boom and Doom. I can't even say that. Well, I can't talk today. Sorry about that. Anyways, Maggie, Boom and Doom win. You can't go against Big Boom AJ.
I sure
this economy,
will.
in
I
this
sure
economy,
will.
you cannot.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I know that Boom and Doom, or whatever the fuck that is, are gonna win because it's a pre-show match. It's a 0-hour match, and you cannot have a big pay-per-view 0-hour event without having the 2 of them on your pre-show, on your show. So of course they're gonna win, but justice for the Infantry. And why are they? Why is it always them? I feel like it's always them.
At least the way I look at it is, at least they're getting on the card.
Yeah, sure. I'm glad that they're getting paid, but what the fuck is this?
Oh, I mean, hell, I don't know.
I don't mind. Just go ahead and get paid, my dudes, by all means. But damn it.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah. So I know who you want to win, but
yeah, Boom and Doom. It's
Yeah.
I'm picking them because.
So, see, I knew you were a fan. Anyways, there's that. Now we go to another 0-hour match, the 21-man Blackjack Battle Royale for the AEW National Championship. Ricochet defending his title. Maggie. The only other person announced in this match so far has been Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
So, who you got in this one? Do you think it'll be somebody else? Are you taking the field, or are you taking Ricochet to retain here?
So listen, because you guys know the drill. I was on the True Heel Heat channel prediction shows before our show. This was a tough challenge because daylight savings hasn't happened for us yet, mind you. So I had to hurry home, and just so I can be less late for their show, because they started 1 hour earlier, just like we are starting an hour earlier for me. So we did talk about this match, and this is weird because I did have Ricochet retaining, but they did bring up a wonderful point because it's California and it's most likely going to end up Ricochet versus Jack Perry. And I feel like they mentioned that because it's California, it's his home state, that Jack Perry is going to pick up the win here. And this will give Ricochet and the Demand. This will give the Demand a green light to go after the trio of championships without them crowning a double champion for the millionth time, because it's it's kind of annoying. Just you have so many wrestlers on your roster. Just crown champions that aren't already champions, because like you can do a lot of stuff. You have a lot of content on, so many wrestling hours that you have, and you now have uh my AEW. So, and you can have Honor Club on there, which is again fucking fantastic that you have Honor Club. Um and you can have all these wrestlers on all your shows and actually have storylines for each and every title belt that you have, which is about 1,000,000,000. I know that's not a real number, but I feel like it kind of is because of the titles. So you can have storylines for all of them. But I'm gonna stick to my prediction and say Ricochet retaining here, but I can see Jack Perry winning in his home state.
Damn it, Bonkers. This was sorry, not Bonker. Who was it? Who was it? Bonkers that said it? No, it was Clown. Damn it, you stole my thunder. That's who I think wins. Jay White. But since he stole that, I'm gonna go with somebody that should win. And
Keith
I know
Lee?
it would make you very happy. Very happy. His
Not
name
Jeff
is
Jarrett.
JEFFJARRETT, Jeff Jarrett. And Bonker says that the Battle Royale will continue on the pay-per-view, I guess. So they'll probably do what they did. Was it last time they did that? I think, or maybe it was Full Gear they did that?
It was a tag team match.
Yeah.
That
Soupy wants
continued into
Tom Peastock. Oh, Bobby Lashley could be back, maybe. That's a possibility. I don't see him winning, though.
like they can have their thing with Ricochet. That's perfectly fine. But a returning JY will be absolutely adorable because I miss him so much. I'm not gonna,
Bang,
you
bang.
have the regular suspects here, Keith Lee and Buddy Matthews. I know, I understand, but just I miss Keith Lee, and I miss Buddy Matthews so much. So much. Why am I the only person who keeps saying that I miss Buddy Matthews? I feel like I'm the only.
I miss him. I obviously miss him. I just right now it's one of those things. I just kind of give up hope.
I know. I'm sorry.
But I do know one thing. If Swerve was to restart the Mogul Embassy, I would do anything for Keith Lee to be back in that. Back for that. He wasn't part of Mogul Embassy like at the beginning.
I would love if
or Jeff Jarrett be part of it. One of the two.
No, just stop it. You're just making things up now. I would love it if Private Party are a part of the embassy, and Kevin Knight is also a part of the embassy. That's all wonderful, picks. But this is, eventually we're gonna find out what ends up happening.
I wonder if we're gonna get Grand Theft Auto before Keith Lee wrestles again.
Huh. I hope not. I don't give a fuck about the Grand Theft Auto. So
well, how dare you?
I give a crap about Keith Lee. So.
Oh well. Okay, so I think we covered 0 Hour. So let's move on. I don't really have an order, so don't worry about that. Let's go ahead with the trio.
You can follow Bryn's,
Well, that means I have to work. Let's see here.
No, you can. Okay, we cannot follow Bryn's.
Sorry, Bryn.
Pattern.
AEW World
Bryn's pattern, by the way. Thank you, sweetie. You're so wonderful.
Oh no, obviously, I prefer to. It's just the way these photos, or when I loaded all these photos up, they just did their own thing. So it's like, hell. Anyways, AEW World Trios Championship, Mystico teaming up with Jet Speed, taking on the Don Callis family, which is Mark Andrews, Kyle Fletcher, and Okada. Maggie, who you got?
So Mystico being added to this trios championship match is the most random thing in the world. And because of that, I think that they are not winning the championships.
Sorry, Mark Davis. I was thinking Mark Davis, not Mark
Andrews.
Andrews. Mark Andrews is the tight end for your Baltimore Ravens.
I know what that means.
Yeah, I know. He's a football player. Good God, I can't believe I said that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It would have been weirder if I said it, and it makes no
Yeah.
sense.
No,
Yes. Thank you, Bryn, sweetie. You're once again such a gem. Jesus. Yeah, so I keep being pissed off because people are calling them Proto Okada and Mark Davis. It's Ozzy Open and Okada.
Yeah.
Ozzy Okada. You know, Ozzy Rainmaker. It's
so I mean, I know that pisses you off. Does the fact that Mark Andrews cannot be teammates with Max Crosby piss you off at all?
I have no idea what that means.
Okay, so yeah, I know. People in chat who watch football know exactly what that means. So that's more just me entertaining them. But that was the big talk in the NFL news this week for the most part.
Okay.
But I know you're excited. But hey, how about here's some football news for you. How about I saw that your other favorite football team in Europe, Tottenham, they've lost 6 games in a row. And
they're not my favorite.
I know. I just every team's yours.
They're one of a close friend's favorite, and we pick on each other all the time because my team sucks and his team sucks too. So like we, have a back.
Well, I read an article today that if they continue their slide, they might get relegated out of the league. That's crazy.
I know. Like they have a match versus Liverpool on Sunday at 6:30, and I can't watch it because I'm leaving work at 7. But I don't give a fuck because Liverpool are gonna kick their ass so much. But if they do end up beating Liverpool, I will be so bonkers. I'm so sorry. I know you're a Liverpool fan, but I actually really like Liverpool as a team, but my boss is a big Liverpool fan, and it's my duty to cheer against them.
Okay, I understand.
That's how life works here, and in my bar. So if Totem actually beat Liverpool, I'm gonna be so fucking happy, bonkers. I'm so sorry once again. I am sorry. By the way, I miss Klopp. This is. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I really miss Klopp.
Okay, sorry, that was my fault. Let's get back to the wrestling. So who you got winning this?
The family retains the trio championships. Family.
Yes, I agree. Do you think this might be where we see the heel turn from Kevin Knight? Or do you think it'll be later on?
I think that this will be fuel to the fire.
Okay.
I don't know if this ends up happening here exactly, but yeah.
Hell, that's funny.
We love you, Brent, so much.
Oh, that's solid. Anyways, so I have that happening as well. I have the Don and Callis family moving on. So let's go to our next trios match. The Dogs taking on Roddy Strong, Orange Cassidy, and Darby Allin. Maggie, I got the Dogs winning in a Tornado Trios match. I got the Dogs.
Yeah, so I actually think that the babyface team is winning here because we just got Roddy back. You have no idea how wrong I hope I am. No idea. Just no, because Gabe Kidd pinned Darby Allin on this week's Dynamite. And if you follow wrestling, you kind of know that this means that they're losing on the pay-per-view because they won previously. It doesn't matter that they got beaten up by Roddy. previously. But it's just it's going to be a win-win situation for me because Darby Allin will lose and Gabe Kidd will win. But if the babyface team wins, it's gonna be a nightmare for me because Darby wins and Gabe Kidd loses. No, just can we please not have, because I know that you have to build up the dogs as as the killer trios that you absolutely need to get through in order to survive in the trios division. All of them are signed. Just go ahead and watch Sean's interview with them. It's fucking hilarious. But I hope I'm wrong here because my gut is telling me that the babyfaces are winning the match. God, I hope not. But I love every member of this team, especially Gabe Kidd, because he just looks like someone who will legitimately murder you. And I like that in a wrestler. Will not, legitimately murder you. Because you can see that he's really, adorable when he's not talking about wank stain losers all the time. But that is a wonderful phrase that thank you, Gabe Kidd, for using and making me realize that it exists. But I do hope that they pick up the win here because this will only solidify them as the trios machine that we desperately needed in this division.
So the reason why I'm choosing the dogs here is because it's rather simple. The great wordsmith, Sir Earl Simmons, aka Sir DMX, once said, "Give a dog a bone, leave a dog alone. Let a dog roam, and he'll find his way home." Of course, you have to go with the dogs, because anything else would be uncivilized. So there is your answer, right there.
I love it when you quote rap music because it sounds so awkward.
Because this is where Jeff Jarrett is wrong, because rap is not crap.
It is not crap, and that's why he is.
I disagree with him on that. Rap is not crap, so there is that. And Bio Driver's raw dogging this, so there you go. Always go raw.
Yes, let's move on to the next match.
All right. By the way, did you see any of the back and forth with Fit Finlay and David Finlay?
And his dad,
week?
Yeah. I want to see what a kayfabe Christmas is in that family.
Yeah.
So random Christmas dinner.
So for people that that don't know what we are referring to is David Finlay made the comment that I've never made money with my dad and my brother, but I've made money with Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors, and that was like one thing he said. And then he said another thing in an interview about about the best thing that
came out of his father was him.
The best thing that came out of his dad was him. And then Fit pretty much said that his other son is his chosen one, his favorite. Pretty much is the easiest way to say it. Just it's all kayfabe, and the dumbasses out there that think it's all real, that they're generous, that they're heat. You guys are ridiculous, but it's just fantastic. I absolutely love that they're doing this because it's hilarious. And if you haven't seen it, just go online and look at it. It's good. It's hilarious. But I enjoyed it. I love the fourth wall being broken type shit. That's always been my thing. So, all right, let's go on to our next match here. That is none other than the Young Bucks taking on FTR with Stokely in their corner. Maggie, do you think we will see new tag team champions on Sunday night?
This is one of the harder matches to predict here. I don't know if you're on the same opinion as me, but I can see it going either way. Just keep milking FTR versus Young Bucks, because I watched it on the first ever Wembley All In, 3 years ago. And the stupid thing is, because like we've seen FTR versus Young Bucks a lot, and every time it's been wonderful, don't get me wrong, but I saw sections of people leaving when the match started.
What?
Versus,
Wow.
During FTR versus Young Bucks, because they're like, well, we've seen it a bunch, and I'm like, that's like refusing sex because you've had it before.
Well, yeah, I I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
it's a weird thing. It's not like it's okay if you don't want to watch it because you don't like the Young Bucks, because there are a lot of people who don't like the way the Young Bucks do tag team wrestling, and I understand that, because like they have a knack for pissing people off, because like that's legitimately how they make money out of it, and I approve. And the FTR fan base, shout out to our friend Jackie, they're the legitimate wrestling and the tag ropes and everything, and it kind of has a wonderful contrast to it, and that's why I love all of their matches. I'm gonna go with my gut here and pick FTR to retain the tag team championships. There is a point to be made out of the Young Bucks winning the titles, and them dropping them to a team like the Rascals or Private Party if they do turn heel and join the infantry, the embassy. There are a lot of points to be made, but it's pretty much a coin toss for me. This match is basically a coin toss. So I'm gonna just go ahead and pick FTR. What do you think? Please help me.
I got the Young Bucks winning. I think they're gonna win. I do. Not for any particular reason. I just think I think they're due for a win. Yeah, that's really all it comes down to. I just think they're gonna get the victory.
Everyone's talking about Christian Cage and Adam Copeland returning for an eventual match in Canada, during Dynasty. But I don't think FTR and Christian and Cope need a tag team championship match.
They don't.
They don't. I just don't see that, and that's why people are picking the Young Bucks to win, just so FTR can have the match against Cope and Christian.
Yeah.
And I get that, and I'll be absolutely fine if the Young Bucks win. You guys know that they're probably one of my favorite tag teams out there. I will forever be a Young Bucks girly, and no problem if they end up putting the championships on them. And they do get back for FTR, putting their hands on their family.
Yeah. All right, we move on to our next match here. We already did that one. Sorry.
Nope.
Timeless Toni Storm taking on Marina Shafir. Everyone is banned from ringside. Toni Storm does not need this win, Maggie.
Why?
I'm just because she's that over.
Yeah, she is that over, but what she has been pretty vocal about getting back into the title picture.
Yep,
and
I know.
If she does end up doing that, she needs a win. In their logic, because this is the company that brought back the ratings.
Yeah.
I know that the ratings haven't been a thing in years, and I understand that. But like losing a random match and then going after the women's championship isn't it for me. I don't want that. I have zero expectations for this match alone, because I I still have no idea what Marina Shafir looks like in a normal wrestling match. We've seen her a bunch in no DQs or tornado tags or whatever. Like we've seen her a bunch in that. When traditional wrestling rules don't apply necessarily, and she's been killing it in every situation. But like we haven't seen her a bunch in in a normal wrestling match. We've seen her in tag team matches during the pay-per-view. I'm sorry, I meant the tag team tournament that she was a part of with Megan Bain. But this is a singles match, and I don't know what to expect from this match. And I do understand that I want women's wrestling to matter in AEW because it's so iffy at the moment still. 7 years in, and we're still iffy on the women's wrestling part. I really want for women's wrestling to matter, and um I do think that in order to do it, you need to put women on the card and have faith in women getting the job done. So I don't necessarily think that the match will be bad. I do feel like it will be awkward, which isn't necessarily, the same thing. Uh, but having zero expectations for the match is the only way in which I can enjoy it. So I'm gonna pick Tony Storm here. It was last year's Revolution where she was robbed with the main event because she was supposed to be the main event with the Hollywood ending at last year's show. And I do think that they're going to make amends here and give her the win. I actually picked Maureen Shafir for the win on the True Heel Heat channel, but then they brought up, last year's Revolution, the Hollywood ending, and everything, and her wanting to go back into the title picture. And I don't see her going back into the title picture after suffering a loss from Marina Shafir. That's all I'm saying. I will have zero problem if Marina Shafir wins the match, but I will have a problem if the match is bad and Tony Storm loses it. This is the problem I'm gonna have. You understand my point?
Yeah, I do. Yep,
Okay.
I understand.
Okay.
I think Marina Shafir, man, I've kind of changed. You talked me into changing my mind, so I'm actually going to go into with Tony Storm winning this. Oh hell with it! I'm sticking with Marina Shafir. I am. Damn it! I'm sticking with Marina Shafir. There you go. So there you go, Marina Shafir. Why? I don't really know why, but there you go. TNA just announced that they signed Candice Michelle. Okay. Good for her to get a contract, but okay.
That's awesome for her.
Yeah. Here's a question: do we get a?
I don't think we get a Mercedes return. Britt Baker, I've been so hoping to get her back because she's pretty much getting paid for nothing. And
that's where I'm sorry not to cut you off. That's where Marina could get that win.
With Britt Baker costing,
yeah, why not?
Tony Storm the
why the hell not?
Why not? So I kind of want Britt Baker to be a face when she returns, but I will be absolutely fine with her just coming back.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, she'll get cheered if she comes. Yeah, that's a good point too.
It's Tony Storm. It's Tony Storm. Like everyone gets booed when you're, I mean, she shaved off Yuta's hair.
Yeah, it's a good point.
That's a forever babyface thing.
Yeah. We shall see. The rumors have been heavy about Britt Baker possibly returning, but it seems like we hear that every pay-per-view though, So
I know, and it was weird when she didn't return when they were in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. You mean Britsburg.
Yeah.
So
so I don't know. I'm not getting my hopes up at all.
All right. So I'm going Marina. You're going with Timeless.
Okay.
Something's got to give. Okay. So we move on to our next one here. And that is. Ooh, this sounds fun. Bandido taking on
Yes.
Andrade.
Listen, this is gonna be the match of the night. It hasn't even happened yet, and I know it. It's
You said earlier Boom and Doom was going to be the match of the night. Now you're
I
changing your mind
said
again?
no such thing. What do you mean again? I never changed my mind.
It's okay,
Uh,
whatever. Agree to
no,
disagree.
this is gonna be such a wonderful lucha match, and I don't think that this will be the only time that we're getting it. Uh, just go ahead and have Andrade win the Ring of Honor Championship later on, um, in the year. Just give Andrade the win here. Uh, it will keep Andrade important. Give him a big win on a pay per view, nonetheless. And I'm sure that the Los Angeles crowd will eat this match right up. I can't wait. It's gonna be. I mean, I feel like they're both gonna be cheered. Andrade's gonna get a bit booed, but they're both gonna be cheered. Andrade is one of the best wrestlers AEW has right now. And I'm so excited to watch everything that he does with this match. And Bandito being in the Wrestler of the Year candidate for last year, you know what you're gonna get with this. You're
Oh yeah.
absolutely aware. But Andrade for the win here.
Yep. Yeah, this match is gonna kick so much ass.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for it. Yeah, this match, it would not obviously shock me if this wins the match of the night by any means. So there's that. We'll have to see. But I have Andrade winning this one too. And the
Yeah, I
reason
feel
why,
like this is the most anticipated match for everyone, I feel
Yeah.
like.
and the reason why is because
Mhm.
it's well, the biggest reason for me is because it's non-title. I'm like,
Sure.
why just go out of the way and say like it's non-title? You know what I mean? That's just the way I look at it. I mean, I can understand how some people might not look at it that way, but Bryn says Bandito has not defended the Ring of Honor World Title since Final Battle 2025.
Yes.
Alrighty, so our next one, Tekla defending her AEW Women's World Championship in a 2 out of 3 falls match against Chris Statlander. You think Statlander gets her title back, Maggie? Because I don't.
Oh hell no. I've adored Tekla as a champion so much because she is so annoying. And this is exactly what she needs to be right now. She's awesome and she looks wonderful with the belt, by the way. She will absolutely retain here. And I feel like Chris Statlander will continue having her crisis of identity and just, I don't necessarily think that she turns heel because I feel like she
Okay.
was just a heel and then
Yeah, I was
she
gonna
turns
say.
for she turns for Willow. And but I don't I feel like it continues evolving and she can get into the tag division if she wanted to. Just make it important.
Yeah, no, I agree 100% with that. Let's see here. We go to our next match on the card. Another match I'm definitely looking forward to. Swerve Strickland taking on the Brody King. Maggie, this match could kick ass too. Man, Swerve is just freaking awesome. He's awesome to watch. He's one of my favorites to watch. I love I just love watching him wrestle. He's great. I have a hard time picking against Brody here because I think
I know.
Brody is
I know.
like they have a shot to make Brody a top guy, in my opinion. They have a good shot at doing it, but I don't think they're going to do it yet. I think Swerve gets the victory here.
Yes.
Is it because of shenanigans? Yes. They're gonna protect Brody, but it's gonna be because of shenanigans, whether it's the chain or somebody helping Swerve. Something's gonna happen. So, yeah, it's definitely Swerve is who I'm leaning towards. I say it's about an 80-20%. 80/20. 80 in favor of Swerve winning this for me.
Yeah, so a couple of things to mention before I get into the match itself. I'm so entertained by the fact that the crowd doesn't care if Brody isn't involved in any of the Don Callis family segments anymore. Yet they still chant "fuck Don Callis, fuck Ice too." They
Yep.
still do that. That's amazing. What a wonderful way to stay relevant. It's really good. And the other thing, I like the fact that because of the audience's immense love for Brody, they decided to put him into storylines that matter as opposed to regular squashes here and there, just giving the audience a here there.
Yeah.
There you go, and just and everything dies afterwards. So they did put him in a title match. They did have him beat the world champion like as a qualifier, or whatever they called it, and then he did lose in the eventual title match. They are putting him on the screen and in front of the audience's eyes because they keep chanting for him, and he's incredibly over with the fans, and that's why I love that AEW are listening to the fans, because I don't know if they necessarily meant to use Brody that way, but because the audience adores him so much that they decided to do that with him, and I will forever be grateful for it. So like the way that we got to this match itself was a simple masterpiece. It was the most simple thing, because they were building towards a match between Kenny Omega and Swerve, and they just threw in, the idea of Brody King versus Swerve by Kenny saying that Swerve is no longer the most dangerous man in AEW because Brody was, and Swerve, yeah.
Well, go ahead. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
So Swerve took offense to that, and he started the whole thing with Brody. So I kind of feel like I know what your question is. Does Kenny Omega appear at the end of the match? Because I do have Swerve Strickland winning. I will be so glad if they give the win to Brody, because this will be, I feel like, the biggest win for him. I know that he was a trios champion. But I do think that a win over Swerve is a much bigger deal, because Swerve was a former world champion in AEW. So do we get an appearance from Kenny? I will always root for a Kenny Omega sighting, but I'm sure that he didn't want to have a match because of jet lag and everything. It's a hard thing, I'm sure that he can get from Japan to California in time, but the thing is, will he be able to be normal after so many hours in the air?
Yeah.
Because jet lag is a real thing, and I get it from traveling to London. and that's right here. So yes, I fingers crossed we do get Kenny Omega here, because I'm pretty sure that they're building towards Kenny Omega versus Swerve Strickland in Canada for
Canada.
Dynasty, which fucking give me it, please. This will be so good.
Nice. Like I said, I think Swerve wins, but man, again, my catalyst to this is I have Swerve winning, but if Kenny Omega appears, like my opinion changes right away. Then I have Brody winning. So I mean, it's like, well, duh. But I that's just the way I feel. Basically, Kenny Omega shows up, Brody wins. If he doesn't, Brody loses. That's the way it plays out for me. But
Pretty much.
one match I don't have a promotional photo for, because it just turned out really bad, the one I downloaded. It's the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship, the Babes of Wrath. Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale, Willow Nightingale is working double duty that night, taking on, and so is Lana Cross, taking on Lana Cross and Megan Bain for the titles.
Yeah, so like I mentioned on the 0 hour match that we talked about previously, because I think Willow retains her TBS championship, and then she'll get jumped by everyone. By everyone, I mean Megan Bain and Lana Cross, and then she get beat up pretty badly, and this will end up costing them their the tag team championships. And I would like Megan Bain being crowned champion in AEW has been long overdue. I just want these two huge ass beefy women to go through everyone in that division and just murder the inspiration. Just have him for like, and I don't mean like a 2-minute squash. No, give me 5 minutes of them killing the inspiration. I'm only kind of kidding. But I'm pretty sure that this is how this match is going. Like Willow can be taped up pretty badly, and eventually she will be the one to get pinned, because like this is how you protect Harley. Also, can we please stop pinning Harley because she's our best friend?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, Doc.
I had Megan Bain winning as well. Megan Bain and Lena winning. So,
yep.
Move on to our next to last match, the AEW Continental Championship. Jon Moxley defending his title in a no time limit match against Konosuke Takeshita. Thank you, man. Why the hell can I not talk today? Thank you. So, Maggie, who you got?
So I feel weird saying this, because this was exactly what I predicted last time when we talked about Jon Moxley and Takeshita. I predicted that Moxley was going to retain his championship, but eventually Takeshita will win it from Moxley the second time that they face each other. I just thought that the second time that they faced each other was going to be way down the line, not exactly afterwards, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's the right time. I think that Moxley retains his championship. And what happens is, at the end of the match, the family come out to help Takeshita, and then end up turning on him. And that's how he gets kicked out of, the family.
That makes sense. I could see that happening. Because I mean, for the longest time, we kept thinking that Moxley would get kicked out. They haven't really done. And so I like your idea here. I think it makes sense. So, and that's how I was feeling anyway. So I think you're right. I think Moxley wins. However, would it surprise me if they go a different route? No, it wouldn't. If they just go with Takeshita winning, but they kind of tease the turn a little bit, like obviously obviously with Takeshita not wanting help this past week or not wanting
And
to,
refusing to use the
yeah,
chair.
refuse,
almost.
yeah, so stuff like that. So we're seeing a little hints here and there, but yeah, I think John Moxley wins here, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I just like, I mean, I like Moxley. It's just I think Takeshita is. I just like Takeshita, you know. So
I mean, everyone loves Takeshita because he's in ring one of the best people that they have, and I feel like we say that a bunch. But because it's a continental, championship, and I
Yeah.
know that there are no outside interference because you will get fired if you interfere in, the matches.
yeah,
So I brought up a question during the True Heel Heat predictions. Can Tony Khan get involved?
not supposed to.
Yeah, but like he cannot fire himself. So like he can
Yeah.
get involved, cost Moxley, and he's like, Moxley, go get a vacation.
Yeah, send your ass on
And
vacation.
Send
Get-
your ass on vacation, yes.
Get out of town. Yeah. So it sounds like you're going with
Moxley to retain.
Moxley. So 2 Moxleys here. All right. We move on to the main event, the Texas Death Match between MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, defending his title against Hangman Adam Page, Hangman Adam Page. AEW World Championship. Maggie.
So the thing is, if Hangman loses this Texas Death Match, he will no longer be allowed to compete for the AEW championship at all.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it here. I really do. Because I think MJF is retaining. I don't see Hangman winning. The stupid thing is that they saw how well this went for Cody like fucking 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided to just straight out do it again. Or was it 6 years ago? I don't know anymore.
5.5, close to
Yeah,
6.
but
I mean,
listen,
5.5,
we're gonna
maybe.
talk about Cody in a bit, and I'm gonna be so fucking furious. So let's
Adrenaline in your soul. Blah, blah, blah,
Stop it.
blah, 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 blah.
something Cody Rhodes.
Whoa.
I don't stop it. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna spin this into existence, but I do feel like eventually they will face each other for the stupid rule to go away years down the line. Or MGF just turns heel and says, I don't care, and then just competes for the championship.
Yeah.
I hate the stipulation.
Oh,
And
yeah, I do too.
I know that Hangman has he's won all of the death matches Texas death matches that he's been in, right?
Yep.
This I feel like this was a storyline all along. But I do feel like this one will be his kryptonite, and I hate it because I
Brent
know.
says
Okay,
that Hangman
Brent,
is.
sweetie, I understand that he's undefeated against MJF at pay-per-views, but I just think, because Hangman keeps saying that all of his wins were flukes, and I know that this just gives Hangman an opportunity to beat him up some more, but because it's a Texas death match, so can MJF, so can him. Because again, I cannot have good things, nice things, or whatever. I do feel like Hangman will be losing this match, and I'm gonna be so bummed out because I don't know what an AEW without Hangman as an AEW champion looks like, and I don't want to know because we will always have his victory over Moxley at last year's All In. This was a masterpiece. Although those sorts of matches aren't my thing, this was amazing. I know they can go back and forth with Swerve again. I mean, all of his killer feuds have been wonderful, and they don't necessarily need a championship. Hell, they have 5,000 more for which he can challenge, and make them important. That's a wonderful thing. He can win the rest of them. But like the AEW championship is a totally different thing. So, do you hate this as much as I do?
I mean, I hate the stipulation, obviously, like you do. I hate the stipulation. But they add a lot to it. They add a lot of intrigue to it. I've been going back and forth. Who do I think is going to win? Who do I think is going to win? A week ago, I was thinking it was MJF. This week, I'm feeling like it might be Hangman. And I'm sticking with that feeling. I think Hangman wins. I just don't see it. And I would hate if they do this stupid shit, but the only way, because they're not going to, they just can't go that route where they're like, never again, he doesn't get another title shot ever with Hangman. You can't do that. I mean, granted, we didn't think we'd see it with Cody, but who knows? I mean, it's just one of those things. I just don't picture it happening. I just can't. And that's why I have Hangman winning. I just think it makes more sense. I don't know what MJF's schedule's like. I mean, I think I said something about this about a week or two ago when they announced this stipulation. Is he going to film a movie? Who knows? I don't know. But
if he is going to film a movie and they do keep the championship on him, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, I don't know. I want MJF, or I want Hangman to win, but I can also see him keeping the title on MJF. This is the hardest match to predict. It really is.
Yes.
And that's one thing I like about pay-per-view matches, or main event matches at least, are the hardest ones to predict being the main event, or at least feeling like the hardest one to pick is the main event. So I'm gonna go with Hangman. But obviously, it would not shock me at all if I'm wrong.
No, I'm going to be shocked if my prediction does end up being true. I will be shocked if MJF retains and Hangman isn't able to compete for the championship ever again. I will be shocked if this happens.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is, Maggie, is maybe in a couple of weeks we'll see him. We'll hear him say wrestling only has more than one royal family, and he'll take on Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
No, don't do that. Why are you like this?
Because nobody else is.
I understand.
But yeah, so we both have Hangman winning this.
No, I have.
Or no, you have. Well, okay, okay. So you want to be wrong, though. That's the difference.
Yeah, I do want to be wrong.
Yeah. Okay, so I have MJF, Maggie. Sorry, I have Hangman. Maggie has MJF, but she wants to be wrong. So there you go.
I really do want to be wrong.
But that's your AEW Revolution pay-per-view predictions.
It's gonna be an awesome show. I mean, even if the main event ends up being MJF retaining and Hangman losing, the death match, it's gonna be a nail biter, and me not liking the outcome of a match doesn't necessarily ruin my whole pay-per-view experience. I still feel like to this point, we're not that far into 2026. The Royal Rumble was the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen, and I am not including NXT because I do not care about that crap.
Yeah. Power Driver says MJF offers Hangman an title opportunity down the road, forcing him to go back on his word because it's MJF, and wants us to know that he won't keep his word.
Yep. You can have that.
All right. Well, Maggie, that's our AEW Revolutions preview and predictions. It's time for a little Cooper effect action.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, Maggie was doing True Hill Heat prediction show, so she asked me to fill in on
This
this.
is one of the weeks where Rob is, an awesome friend, and does everything for me. And Rob, I'm so thankful for you.
Oh, no
So
problem.
thank you for picking the Cooper Effect. So tell us all about the Cooper Effect this week.
Yeah, this one, I think I did pretty good. I'll go ahead and read what we got here. So this kiddo that you see here, or that you're going to hear about if you're listening, is a 13-year-old boy who raised thousands of dollars for charity by recycling more than 1 million aluminum cans. His name is Ryan. He came up with the idea as a way to make money for food banks while also caring for the environment. He lives in the West Midlands in England, and he started contacting businesses asking if they could spare any cans which he could sell. Ryan started collecting a few hundred cans per week in 2023 to store at his home, which his parents got on board, crushing the cans to save space by driving them over. Let me rephrase. They would crush the cans to save space before they would drive them over to sell them for scrap, and they would get between 10 and 50 cents per pound for the aluminum. And Ryan collected 8 tons of cans, which raised $7,300 for a women's charity. At first, he goes, Ryan said, sometimes I think I'd rather be playing video games with my friends because I'm 13. But actually, when I think about it more deeply, I really love what I do because I get to help people and families who are in need. Over the last 3 years, Ryan has recycled an estimated 1.5 million cans, which has amassed over some $20,000, every penny of which he has donated to a charity, and has attracted so much attention that his family were given an industrial crushing machine which bundles Ryan's cans into large metal bales to make it easier for transport and storing. Ryan goes to school, but he dedicates 20 hours a week to charity recycling and collecting cans after school and weekends. His parents say they are very proud and want him to expand. They say the cans come from 200 regular suppliers, so he gets them from 200 different suppliers.
Oh my
But they
God.
want him to broaden it to thousands. For the last 3 months, he has. They say they have recycled 1 ton per month, but they are capable of much more. So in that short amount of time, he's done over 1.5 million cans. That is just outstanding, and the fact that he does that for his own good, like help others, is just outstanding. I know when I was 13, that's not what I was thinking of. I was thinking about Mortal Kombat and Pamela Anderson and Playboy. So,
The normal stuff.
yeah, the normal stuff, like most kids. But yeah, so kudos to Ryan. He is unbelievable, and the fact that he's helped families who haven't been able to eat get food and just do so much for his just fellow people is just amazing. We do have a super chat from a good friend, Soupy. He says Hangman is the main character of AEW for a lot of people, and that would sting even more for Cody, even more than Cody.
Everything stings more than Cody. First of all, and second of all, thank you so much for the super chat, sweetie. You're a doll.
Maggie, you know what won't sting for Cody is ice cream.
Jesus
Cody
Christ.
Rhodes ice cream.
So our wonderful friend Bryn brought this to our attention. Wasn't this CM Punk's thing?
Yeah, it was.
Not anymore.
Yep.
Yeah,
you
so
guys,
talking
I'm
about
going home.
screw you guys, I'm going home. So talking about while talking being on the conversation with Cody, I hate it here. So Cody versus Drew happened last week on SmackDown. And everything that I said was going to happen actually ended up happening. So Um, we actually had a pretty good match between Cody and Drew. Um, so Drew pulled out the ref in Cody's way, and the ref got knocked out. Naturally, because referees are made of you know of bread, obviously, and they crumble all the time. Um, so another referee comes out, and Drew knocks him out too. So Jacob Fatu gets involved, obviously, because this is exactly what I said was going to happen, and it did end up happening. Um, so Jacob Fatu gets rid of the chair that Drew was about to use on Cody. Um, and Jesus Christ, that's awful. Uh, Cody ends up winning the title, and we are getting Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton at this year's WrestleMania. And as you can see, Rob decided to display the ice cream that the drum. What was it?
Drumstick.
Okay. First of all, it's not chocolate, so I know it already sucks ass. Um, and you can just go ahead and puke all over that ice cream because it's not chocolate, and if it's not chocolate, it's not my worth my fucking time.
Wow.
And yeah, I said what I said.
Mm.
All other ice creams are inferior. Is that the right word?
Supposedly, yeah.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. So I was pretty pissed off at everything that happened on Raw, and then I remembered that it was so heavily expected, incredibly heavily expected of them, and I knew that they were going to do it. And I don't know if we're leading towards Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu, or like everyone else said, Nick Aldis versus Drew McIntyre, which I don't know if we're going to get, because Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre is way more interesting for me.
Yeah.
Personally, my mind can be changed with the right build, because I do feel like if Nick Aldis is getting into a WWE ring, I need for the story to be right there, and not just here there, like for one last time. But listen, we do have a bunch of stuff about Raw to talk about. So we got Adam Pearce and Seth Rollins segment that opened up the show that we're gonna talk about shortly. We got the women's intercontinental championship gauntlet match that will determine who AJ Lee faces next week on Raw. And Bailey did end up winning the championship, because I don't know if we're going to talk about this specifically later. I love this, and I love that we finally get to see AJ Lee versus Bailey on the main roster, because did we get that in NXT?
Bailey versus who?
Versus AJ.
Yeah, we did get it in NXT.
We did get it in NXT. I was wondering if my mind was playing tricks on me once again.
We did.
AJ Lee was champion back then. Yes. And I remember her wearing I'm a Hooker t-shirt during her last
July 11th, 2013.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so 13 years in making. Yeah, so on her very last Raw years ago, she wore a I'm a Hugger t-shirt. And I will always remember that. I love that. We got Maxine Dupree attacking Natty. We got Denhausen curses Chad Gable, AJ, the OG Americano. So what ended up happening was Penta defending his IC title versus Kaiser Americano.
Mm-hmm.
So so Penta did end up retaining, but this was weird. what followed was Dominic Mysterio demanding an Intercontinental Championship title rematch from Penta because he said that it was Finn's fault. So and Finn ended up saying that he that to be the greatest Mysterio, you have to fight your own battles. But then he mentioned that maybe his father was right about him, and he was I don't remember what he said exactly, spoiled little brat or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
something like that.
of the sort. Yeah, which led to the Judgment Day finally turning their backs on Finn Balor, attacking him, and Finn Balor is once again a face.
Mhm.
During the last few weeks, he came out to his OG theme.
Yep.
Which pretty much showed that the face turn was coming. But I do feel like this is a good thing. And right now, Dominic Mysterio is the only original Judgment Day member at this point. And that's kind of sad.
Damn.
It's really, really sad. I mean, and what I mean by original, I don't mean Edge original,
Okay. Yeah.
But it was like he's the oldest member of the
He's the
Judgment
longest.
Day.
He's the longest
the
reigning
longest
or longest
reigning-
member now. Jesus.
Yes.
Crazy.
We did get the shortest ever.
But you know what? He is the toughest. He's the one that's been in prison.
He was in prison, and then he was let with handcuffs on WrestleMania. I was not impressed with Oba versus Rusev because I totally wanted like at least 10 more minutes of this match because it has the charisma of Hobbs versus Miro in AEW at All Out 3 years ago. It has the potential for that. And I just want to see Oba Femi throwing around big ass people as if they were feathers.
Big meaty men slapping meat marathon.
Big meaty men slapping meat. Yes. So before we talk about the Punk promo, let's just talk about the goofiness that was the Seth Rollins thing and Adam Pearce.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. So
just the fact that the way they all kind of just move back and forth. Like
no. Listen.
Okay.
Go ahead. Know how much I love Seth Rollins.
Oh, I know.
I'm a Seth girly. This was so stupid.
Yeah.
This was the dumbest thing. So what happened was, so Pierce told him that the masked men were unacceptable, even though he doesn't like the vision. Then Theory and Logan wanted to attack him, but the masked man entered the ring. Seth Rollins put his mask back on, and then they all shriveled, like the poker cards, and then they left. And then LA attacks, and Usos joined too. So this was so cringy, incredibly cringy. And I hate saying that when I'm talking about Seth Rollins. Because let's say, and this is right there on the edge. Let's say that the last shrivel made sense because he was leaving. He put his mask back on, and then they shriveled just so they couldn't tell who he was. Why did they do that at the beginning, though? Like, why did that? It was the silliest thing, and not in a wonderful, and not in a good way, silly. Because it was meant to be badass, but it was so goofy that I was like, no, just don't do it. It's so lame. This was the lamest thing, and I had a huge problem with that. Because I don't know how they come back from this, but I sure as hell hope that they find a way, because this was absolutely unacceptable. So the Punk thing at the end of the show. Punk claimed that Roman never respected him, but he will make him respect the position that Punk is in. the position that he holds. He mentioned that the title that he was holding, it was created because of everything that Roman did with the other championship, because of his absence and his refusal to defend it. And even when he defended it, all the entire family got involved. And this title was created because of the awful way that Roman treated, the previous title. He did mention that last week he lowered himself to his level, and then the Usos came out and they demanded an apology. Punk responded by saying that their entire family showed him love and respect apart from this one guy. And then he mentioned stories about their family, and I was like, am I supposed to know that? Was this brand new information that he shared? And I saw that a lot of people actually claimed online that they had no idea that these stories existed. And I'm like, okay, I feel better now. But like, because at this point we all know that Jey Uso is the bigger hothead, of the two.
Yeah.
And he still demanded an apology. And then Punk apologized for Roman treating them like crap and tricked them that that he gave a crap. And then he called them young boys, and the Usos just dropped him. And I personally think that this is a wonderful way to make the storyline even more awesome, leading towards WrestleMania without actually having Roman Reigns on the show. Because you can have CM Punk on the show every week, and you can still have, reason for him to be in, because like one of his previous promos, I'll never forget that. I put in my notes that Punk gave a useless promo, but what he did this week was pretty good. Building towards a WrestleMania match that far, without people actually being a part of the show every week like Roman is a tough task, but I feel like they passed this week. I don't know what they do for the remainder of the time that we have leading towards WrestleMania, but this was a good way to do that.
Yeah. Oh, I love the promo. I thought it was fantastic. Everything about it was just great, and I love Jimmy punching. It was a punch, right? Or he didn't super kick Punk, right?
I think that it
him,
was
right?
a punch.
Yeah, like I thought that was great. I just thought it was overall really good, and as like what I told somebody, I go, what was so good about that promo was like Roman actually didn't need to be there, and they got so much accomplished. That's how good of a promo it was. But that also shows how good that just shows how good CM Punk is, though, too. Like at promos. So overall, I think it was the best promo that the Usos have done in forever.
Oh yeah, and I love hot-headed Jay. I love him because it shows character.
Yeah, so I thought
part
this
of the
great.
whole eating thing. So.
When this is going off topic because I just thought of it and I didn't want to forget about it. Where do you think they're headed with Gunther right now? I think Lesnar might be it.
Yeah, but like they came, like Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman came out like 3 Raws ago, and they're like, "Who will challenge?" No, I actually think it will be Obafemi.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it makes more sense to be Obafemi, and then Gunther ends up retiring him because of his retirement shtick. And I don't think that WrestleMania is Brock Lesnar's final match, although I desperately want it to be.
I think it's SummerSlam.
Because I feel like SummerSlam is Brock's pay-per-view.
Well, it's here. Yeah. It's here in Minnesota too, so where he's.
And I still hope the people boo the crap out of him.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen here.
God, I hate that guy. I feel like this is the route they go. Who he faces at WrestleMania?
Yeah. Okay. Bryn says Lenite.
Okay,
This is Rey Mysterio.
Yes, this was what I was about to say. I practically think that Gunther versus Rey Mysterio for WrestleMania is a good match. LA Knight versus Brock Lesnar. I want forever whoever faces Brock at WrestleMania to beat the guy, and I don't see them giving LA Knight a win over Brock Lesnar. I will be so happy if they do, but that's not what we're doing. I'm sure.
Yeah. And I mean, they would definitely have to put Oba over Lesnar.
Mm-hmm. I do feel like they should, but a part of me, because I do think that Brock Lesnar would win at WrestleMania. I do think so. So part of me doesn't want it to be Oba, because
I don't
want
either.
Oba.
If Oba's going to lose to Brock, I don't want him to.
Then I don't want it.
Want
No.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Even though he's gonna have a wonderful showing against Brock, and Brock will bump for Oba. Fucking go fuck yourself. I don't want Oba Femi losing to Brock. No. Never.
Danhausen curses. Yeah. Brock Lesnar could break the streak at Mania again. The Danhausen curse streak. That is.
Stop it, Susan. We adore you so much, and that's why I'm not yelling at you. But let's not have that.
Did I read the super chat? Oh. Okay, I did read that super chat earlier.
Yeah,
okay,
you did. You did read the super chat.
Tonight on Smacketh Down, we have Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton contract signing for WrestleMania. Maggie's guy Jelly Roll returns, and he will be on Miz TV. Jade Cargill versus Meechin. Women's tag team title match with Nia Jax and Lash Legend taking on Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga taking on Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan. There might have been something else announced by now. I don't know. On Raw next week, you have AJ Lee versus Bayley for the Women's Intercontinental title. You have the original Grande Americano, Chad Gable, versus new Grande Americano, Bloodwood Kaiser. And then we will also see Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns appear. Some other news. The next Saturday night's main event was confirmed for May 23rd. It will be in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It will be on Peacock. NXT Stand and Deliver will air on WWE's YouTube channel.
That was the weirdest thing, man. What do you mean YouTube channel? Why?
Yeah, because they're no longer on Peacock for that one, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
So you got that. AEW Collision preview for tomorrow night. Kevin Knight versus Il Clone. Mark Davis versus Commander. Mina Shirakawa versus Lena Cross. The Demand taking on Bang Bang Gang. Ace, Juice, and Austin Gunn. Or Ace Austin, Juice Robinson, and Austin Gunn. Andrade versus Dorada. Sisters of Sin are going to be in action, and you will hear from Chris Statlander. Yep. So I'm just going to refresh Fightful.com, make sure I'm not missing anything new that might have come in since we started talking. Yeah, nothing really. Johnny Gargano still under a WWE contract. That was a Fightful Select report. But, yeah, that's really about it. So, yeah. Anthony Agogo trained with AJ Styles last night. He posted a photo. That's pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Wade Barrett said it would be difficult for him to turn down a match with Drew McIntyre, but it would destroy me he says it would destroy me for good, though. Mm-hmm. So he's basically saying that Drew would kill him. So yeah, that's about it. I don't really have any jokes this week either. So Maggie, you want to plug your shit?
I will plug my shit. Thank you, sweetie, so much. Guys, you can follow me on Twix, Twitter, X, whatever, at Maggie_IK, and on Instagram at Maggie.IK. Go check out the True Heel Here prediction show that we had for this week's Revolution. Please, on your way out, leave a like on the video. And after we're done, leave a nice comment below to help us with the awful YouTube algorithm. Check out all of our interviews at youtube.com/Fightful. And please subscribe to Fightful Select on Patreon. Thank you so much. Rob?
Yeah. Guys, you can follow me at Rob Wilkins on X. I'm also on Instagram at Fightful Rob. Want to appreciate everybody for joining us this week. We had a good time, had a lot going on. We did our AEW Revolution predictions, as you know. Next week, we'll likely talk about AEW Revolution, see what's going down. Then, we'll go from there. I mean, we're obviously on our way to WrestleMania still. On the road to WrestleMania, as they like to say. Stupid. I hate that. But
I'm sorry.
yeah, it's so dumb. On the road to
At least
WrestleMania.
there's no more Roadblock. Do you remember Roadblock? That was so unnecessary.
Yeah, well, I think they're bringing back Fastlane, if that makes you any happier.
WrestleMania Fastlane.
Yeah, I don't know. You know something, Maggie? I'm where I live here in Minnesota, we are expected to get anywhere from 10 to 18 inches of snow between Saturday and Sunday. That's going to be fun.
Wow.
10 to 18 inches.
I saw Soupy has the weird ass weather right now in Canada. So,
I didn't even, they had weather in
might
Canada.
as well. They do. We have weather too.
Huh.
It's pretty normal for March right now. I might say it's pretty. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, like always, we do appreciate you so much for joining us today. We hope you have a wonderful weekend and enjoy your Friday the 13th. Wow. Sorry. That's fun for me. And as always, I will leave you with one of my favorite videos that I found again today.
Oh my God, Joel, no.
It's one of my best.
Why, Joel?
Good times. All right. Well, thanks, guys. You guys have a good weekend. We'll see you next week.
I mean, try.
Nah. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. You can listen to many of our previous episodes on your favorite podcast platform or view them at youtube.com/Fightful Overbooked.